Walk down any British high street today, and you'll see the familiar glow of coffee chains, fast fashion stores, and supermarkets dominating nearly every corner. But a few decades ago, those same streets told a completely different story. They weren't just about shopping. They were about belonging. You could smell pick-and-mix sweets drifting out of Woolworths, feel the buzz of families hunting for bargains in bustling department stores, or spot teenagers on their first Saturday jobs, stacking shelves in shops that are now nothing but memories. These weren't just places to spend money. They were woven into the fabric of everyday life. Each store carried its own personality. The excitement of buying your first cassette, the pride of picking out a new school uniform, or the comfort of running into neighbors on a weekend afternoon. Together, they created a kind of social glue, making the high street more than bricks and mortar. And yet, almost all of them are gone. Some collapsed under the weight of financial mismanagement. Others were crushed by supermarkets and online giants, and a few simply faded with changing times. Their names may no longer appear on shop signs, but they still echo in the minds of millions. So buckle up for a rewind into Britain's retail past. Because what you're about to hear isn't just a list of stores. It's the story of how Britain itself changed. And wait until you reach number 1. It will blow your mind how such a giant could vanish from our lives. Number 10. Woolworths, the people's store. If there's one name that instantly sparks nostalgia, it's Woolworths, known affectionately as Woolies. It was the heartbeat of the British high street. From toys and stationery to kitchenware and sweets, Woolworths had it all. For children, nothing matched the thrill of diving into the famous pick and mix section, a ritual that made Saturday trips unforgettable. Woolworths was never just about products, it was about experience. Families could shop affordably, teenagers could browse music albums, and everyone could walk out feeling they'd found something special. Its ability to serve a little bit of everything made it irreplaceable. But by the 2000s, cracks appeared. Rising competition from supermarkets and the unstoppable rise of online shopping left Woolworths struggling. When the chain finally collapsed in 2008, closing over 800 stores, it felt like Britain had lost a friend. Even today, people remember Woolworths with a sense of longing. It wasn't just a shop, it was part of growing up. Number 9. C&A. Affordable fashion for all before Primark and H&M took over. C&A was the go-to destination for affordable clothing. Families loved its massive stores where you could pick up everything from children's uniforms to winter coats. It wasn't flashy, but it was dependable. Generations of Brits remember stepping into C&A for reliable, budget-friendly fashion. However, by the late 1990s, the fashion world shifted. Trends became faster, shoppers wanted edgier styles, and newer brands delivered it cheaper. C&A struggled to keep up, and in 2001, the company made the shocking decision to shut down all its UK stores. Its absence marked more than just the loss of a retailer. It symbolized the high street's shift toward fast fashion and disposability. For many, C&A represents a gentler time when shopping was about practicality and family, not chasing endless trends. Number 8. BHS, British Home Stores. BHS was once a cornerstone of British shopping. Known for affordable clothing, homeware, and even cafes tucked inside, it was the kind of store families trusted for everyday essentials. Walking into BHS felt familiar, like an anchor in the chaos of the high street. But behind the scenes, trouble brewed. Poor management decisions, coupled with changing consumer habits, chipped away at the brand. By 2016, BHS collapsed under financial strain, leading to the loss of thousands of jobs. Its closure was more than economic, it was emotional. Generations had bought bedding, lamps, or school uniforms from BHS. Its disappearance left a gap, a reminder that no matter how big a brand seems, nothing on the high street is untouchable. Number 7. Our price. Before Spotify playlists and YouTube streams, music meant physically owning it. And for many Brits, that meant heading to Our Price. This iconic music retailer was the treasure chest where teenagers spent hours flipping through vinyl, tapes, and later CDs. Our Price wasn't just about buying, It was about discovering knowledgeable staff, wall displays of the latest chart hits, and the thrill of finding that one album made it special. It was where music lovers felt understood. But digital downloads and supermarkets selling CDs cheaper proved fatal. By the early 2000s, our price had disappeared, leaving a generation to reminisce about the days when music shopping was an adventure, not a click. Number 6. Littlewoods. The catalogue giant for many households, Littlewoods was more than a shop. It was a lifeline, famous for its thick catalogues. It gave families access to everything from clothing to electronics, often with the option to pay in installments. In-store, it had a dependable reputation, a place where people trusted the brand. But as credit cards and online retailers rose, Littlewoods lost its edge. By the mid-2000s, its stores had closed, with the name surviving only in catalogue and online form. For older generations, the Littlewoods catalogue was almost like a wish book, filled with dreams circled in pen. Its fall marked the fading of an era when shopping wasn't instant. It was anticipated. Number 5. Comet. The electrical expert Comet was the place to go for appliances and electronics. Washing machines, fridges, televisions, Comet had it all, often at competitive prices. Shoppers remember the excitement of buying their first color TV or a bulky camcorder from its shelves. But with the internet offering cheaper deals and rivals like Currys adapting better, Comet couldn't keep pace. In 2012, the chain collapsed, closing over 200 stores. For many, the loss of Comet wasn't just about gadgets. It was about a trusted guide through the fast-changing world of technology. It represented the thrill of modernity, now replaced by faceless online shopping carts. Number 4. Dixons, the tech pioneer. Before Apple stores became tech temples, there was Dixons. Known for its focus on electronics, it was where families went for everything from VHS players to early computers. Its shop windows practically screamed future, pulling in customers eager to upgrade their lives. But as technology retail evolved, Dixons merged with Currys and eventually vanished from the high street. The name lives on in memory, but the distinct identity is gone. Dixons taught Britain to embrace the digital age. Its disappearance reminds us how quickly pioneers can be swallowed by the very change they championed. Number 3. Rumbelows, the forgotten electrical store. Though less famous than Comet or Dixons, Rumbelows was once a major player in electrical retail. Known for selling televisions, stereos, and household appliances, it was especially strong in the 1970s and 1980s. But Rumbelows never managed to stand out. As larger rivals expanded, Rumbelows slipped into decline. By the mid-1990s, it was gone. Its story is a quiet one, but important. It shows that even recognizable chains can fade almost without notice, leaving behind only the faint memories of their once busy shop floors. Number 2. Toys R Us, a childhood wonderland for children. Few names carried as much magic as Toys R Us. Walking into its huge stores was like entering a dream. Aisles bursting with Lego sets, dolls, board games, and bicycles. It was every child's paradise. Parents loved it too. Birthdays, Christmas, or even just a treat day often meant a trip to Toys R Us. The jingle, "I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid," still plays in the minds of those who grew up in the 80s and 90s. But online shopping, changing toy trends, and mounting debts toppled the giant. By 2018, Toys R Us closed all its UK stores, leaving behind nothing but memories and the faint echo of childhood excitement. Number 1. Debenhams, the fallen giant at the very heart of the high street stood Debenhams. With its elegant department stores, Debenhams was more than a shop. It was an institution. From clothing and cosmetics to homeware and cafes, it was a one-stop destination that defined urban shopping for generations. Families made entire days out of visiting Debenhams. It wasn't just about buying, it was about browsing, dining, and feeling part of something grand. Its Christmas displays in particular became legendary, yet even giants can fall. Saddled with debt, unable to compete with nimble online rivals, and hit hard by economic shifts, Debenhams finally shut its last stores in 2021. The loss of Debenhams signalled more than retail decline. It was the symbolic end of the British department store era. Its memory lingers as both a triumph of retail history and a cautionary tale of failing to adapt. Looking back at these vanished shops is like flipping through an old family album. Each name sparks memories: first jobs, first paychecks spent, family outings, or simple joys like a bag of pick and mix. They weren't just shops. They were stages where everyday life played out. Their disappearance teaches us that the high street is never static. It evolves, reshapes, and sometimes erases. Yet even when the signs vanish, the stories remain. These 10 vanished high street shops didn't just sell goods. They defined what it meant to live in Britain during their time.